I want what she got in her head. I want some braids.
Me too. Why are you looking at me?
Because blame mom what?
Because her hair's straight.
Ain't nothing wrong with her hair.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Except that it's oily.
I ain't say something was wrong with it. But, you know, I did say blame you for it.
No, at the end of the day, everybody make their own decision.
You were the final.
You were the final decision. You were the corporate.
Okay. Maybe it's Facebook, and I might have to come live tomorrow if it's not working now. I just don't know. Hey girl, hey. Some people said the video is muted. It's not muted on my end. Some people said that the audio is off. I don't know. What say you guys now? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Or whatever Alicia Keys was saying. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Good evening. Much better now. Okay. All right. I can have me a little coffee today. Okay, we working good. We good to go now. Okay, cool. Now we whoop 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 whoop. Arsenio Hall. This is my new favorite, Tarani. The butter pecan is really the bomb.com. But anyway, we were talking about Zaria. Yesterday, me and Ricardo helped her do her budgeting, like trying to figure out everything. All of the bills, some of her bills, she's gonna leave on me and Ricardo to. Y'all already paying for the subscriptions. Why would I pay for my own subscriptions?
That's a fact. That's true. Like, why would I? I'm on my boyfriend's Netflix.
My mama pays for her subscriptions. I pay for my own subscription.
No, we was on grandma's Netflix for a long time.
Y'all, I don't watch Netflix.
It was on here.
Because Ayden put it on.
But it was in here.
I don't watch it. And then I don't understand why Carly is not in agreement.
What's that? You and
What you mean not in agreement?
You.
I said, you know what I'm trying to say.
And I said, you and grandma have got nothing to do with me and you.
And first of all, and then I said, now you got car insurance. Oh, I'm gonna leave that on y'all. No, what? Girl, okay, baby, these kids live in a fantasy land. No, that's health insurance.
Mom, no, listen. I would rather sell your insurance when you have full coverage of every single thing and pay you $190 than to get off your insurance, get on my own insurance, and then have to pay $400 to cover everything. When I can pay $190 and cover my portion and be covered with everything, I feel like that's a good rationale.
Makes sense.
Makes sense to y'all want to be in Cabo. No, you can't. You can't drive to Cabo. You can't drive to Cabo, but you can go to Cabo and be like, "Mom, I'm gonna pay you next month on that little
$190.
I'm gonna pay you that little $190 next month."
Unfortunately,
Now I gotta repossess vehicles. What? Yeah, she under 25. Just leave her on there.
Right.
No.
I'm already slowly invading my boyfriend's subscription. Just give me like a year.
And she'll be in on.
So all in all, she said that she would be living paycheck to paycheck if she moved out right now.
Girl, I would be living past paycheck to paycheck.
What?
Now how you be living past paycheck to paycheck?
Like, it was like all them expenses actually on me. I won't be able to afford it. I don't need another paycheck.
So you'll have to get a second job.
Absolutely.
Carly said she'll be her ends wouldn't even meet.
My ends barely met. And that's what
Zaria would have $1 left over after tax.
Really?
Yeah, that's without vacations. Like everything else, it was like, I mean, granted, it did include me shopping, and it did include me getting my hair and my nails done every month. And I don't even do that monthly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But my thing is I'm still living paycheck to paycheck.
We came up with some solutions. I said, get them nails off. Cause, you know, that's a, yeah. So,
I said that I would just do press-ons.
yeah, press-ons, bada boom, bada bang.
But if I'm a teacher, bro.
Then y'all will cook and you will cook at your house. Honey, she started blinking real slow. Oh my God, today. Child. I didn't. She said she gonna come home and eat. Blessed in the name. Meanwhile, on the ranch, Ayden ready to move out.
I just ate a steak and forgot to ask if I could eat it.
You said you ate his steak and forgot to ask him.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, it's already halfway done. I'm just going to get him another one. I forgot to ask. I thought it was mine for a second. Now I remembered it wasn't.
Ay, ay, ay.
That was me.
Somebody said, Nail Vista press-on nails are amazing. Yanni said the cost of living right now is too high. You're not telling me one lie.
It's too high. Like, it's way too expensive. I came out as a social worker. Let's first of all, let's start there.
Huh?
I came out as a master's of social work student.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's trying to hire at entry level. That's number one. The licensure is backed up. That's number two.
Mm-hmm.
You try to go work at, I can go try to work at Cookout again. They're going to tell me I'm overqualified. Can I get rid of this?
With a master's degree.
What?
Yeah, no,
Oh
her
my
little stunt.
God, you cannot win for losing in this economy.
You really can't.
Oh my God.
What is it, a wasp?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. It is. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, how do you think some 22-year-olds are doing it?
Probably like me. Lost.
Huh?
Probably just something like me, lost.
Why is she moving out the tiny house? Oh, she ain't moving out the tiny house right now.
I'm not. I don't even have a stable income because my licensure won't come.
It'll come. Well, no, she's not moving. They're not moving out the tiny house right now. But what me and Ricardo are trying to do is still get them in the mode so that it won't be a shock. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're still at home, even though they do have minimal bills, you're still at home. You're not really getting the full throttle of what is really going on out there. And so she would go out there and not really have a full-fledged understanding. So we still want them to yeah, Sam, she probably didn't know that I turned the camera around on her in her defense.
About what?
I don't know if it's a he or she. Sorry. The name can be either. Said, put your legs down, Z. But like, I feel like they still need to be working towards, because one thing about, well, I can't say about all parents, but me, I want my children to be, I want them to be, you know, stable, or at least know that they can take care of themselves in the event something happens to me and Ricardo. You know, they're able to stand on their own. I have family members, and when a critical person in their, you know, essential person in their life passed away, I mean, they was up and all of a sudden they was down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went down quick too. Like, they had no sense of how to take care of themselves. And as a result, you know, it was, you know, one person was actually had gone, you know, was homeless. And I was like, oh my Lord, Jesus, like, that was quick. You know, this person just passed away, and then all of a sudden, 4 or 5 months later, they're homeless. And so,
I cannot wait until spring.
what's going on this time?
I just love
Oh.
Halloween.
Hey, Jasmine. Oh, you having a baby. Congratulations. Oh, you having a baby? Well, send me an invitation. What we having, a boy or a girl? Look, what we having? When I got out there, I was shocked. Listen, Kim, I'm talking about, it is a shocker. It's, and even now, like, and I was shocked, but I'm even more shocked now at the stuff that I'm looking at. I'm like, okay. Just to put this into perspective, because we live in North Carolina. Now, we don't live in like city, North Carolina. We live in more of like the country-ish part, right? But we don't even live in New York or California, Chicago, you know, like places that, you know, Texas, places that might be high, or Florida, I don't know. But we live in a small little town in North Carolina, and a 1-bedroom is in between $1,500 to $1,800 a month. A 1-bedroom.
Entry level is not even paying you that much. Like, come on.
Child, and yes, you can go and live in a place. You can go and live in a place that could cost $500, $800 a month. Well, I don't even know about 500. I'm just gonna say 8. But, and this is no shade to nobody. This ain't me trying to fit like I'm better or bougie or any of that. But I've never lived in a place where I've had to just like worry about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want my children to do that either. So we go and we're looking at apartments, and honey, I'm talking about $1,500 off the bat. And then even if we went down to like the next level, $1,200, $1,100, $1,200 for a 1-bedroom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, it's about the same in Georgia, at least $1,300 a month. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you know, one of my cousins living in New York, he said that he paying $5,800 a month for like a little small studio that's the size of my closet. Honey, so I'm like, honey, with $1,500 a month, that's like 3 of my like important bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like 3 of my important bills, honey. You getting ready to go work out too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, y'all have a good workout. Shay said for an efficiency, right? My first apartment was $425 a month in 2007. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Okay? So I've kind of like been able to like skim and skate a little bit, like skim and skate. Okay. Because I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18, moved into the dorm. Of course, you don't have bills when you're in the dorm. I mean, some people might. So I had a scholarship, moved into the dorm, didn't pay anything for 4 years, right? Met my baby daddy. That's my baby daddy. Met my baby daddy. He had an apartment. Well, graduating look like I'm gonna go live with you, Pookie. Already pregnant, might as well. Moved in with my baby daddy. You're already paying your bills, so it just did not make sense for me to pay your bills. Like, so I start doing nothing, selling Mary Kay. I started selling Mary Kay to white women, child. Because you know back then we couldn't wear Mary Kay even though we were selling it, right? Let's sell Mary Kay. And I was like pocketing my money. Like, you're already paying the bills, Pookie. So, you know, I was really not understanding nothing about no bills at all. Okay? I'm just Then, after we decided to move back to my hometown, we went and looked for apartments. But my thing is, you was maintaining an apartment already, and it was a 2-bedroom. You need to continue to do that. And so that's what he did. Yeah. So too bad we ain't really like each other like that, because he wanted another girlfriend, I wanted another boyfriend, and we had a baby, so we was trying to, you know, be cute and be like, oh, we're a family, we're gonna stick together for the family. Meanwhile, he over there with his girlfriend, I'm over here with my boyfriend. Let's just break up. Zaria said immediately too. Okay. So when we officially broke up, I moved back in with my mama. I moved back in with my mother and my father. Okay. I'm what, 22 at this point, still
Mama.
Zaria's age. Thank you. Because I just took it out for my coffee. I'm glad you said something. Zaria's age, moved back in with my parents and my baby. And whoo, at least you don't have a kid, honey. Say that again.
At least I don't have no kid.
When, honey. So, moved back in with my parents, and of course they wasn't like really charging me like for no big bills or anything like that. And then about, I don't know, I mean, I met Ricardo, and Ricardo already had an apartment, so y'all see where this is going. Ricardo already had an apartment when we met, but of course, Ricardo didn't meet Zaria until a year after we were already dating. So Ricardo was already maintaining his apartment. He had a roommate when we met, and then the roommate was like, you can move in and take over my bills. No. The hell? Why would I do that? Why would you move out? The roommate, in his defense, wasn't living there all the time. He was like off with his boo the majority of the time. So we never really saw the roommate. So he was like, oh, you know, I'm about to leave the lease. Now, why would you leave the lease? Wait, hold on. Why would you leave the lease? Oh, you can just take over take over whose portion? No, you just stay on the lease, stay over there with your boo, and continue to pay your portion of the. Continue to pay the portion of it. But I don't know. Ricardo was doing something. He was working somewhere, but then he was like, "Oh, I'll just get a second job." I was like, "Oh, my man." Oh, thank you, baby. That was close. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was like, well, since your roommate is gone and we've established that you're going to get a second job, you're paying the bills, now can my baby can come and we can just move in, and my baby can come meet you now, so she can have this little room over here. You can have this room over here, okay? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, go, let's do that. And then that's when I started to grow up, because, you know, at this point now I'm like 25, and then that's when the frontal lobe started to like compute, like do. Walking out the door, and I'm like, walking out the door, like, why this man standing right here with a sign that begging for money, and I don't have none. I need the sign. I need to be standing beside you, sir. Like, what are we doing? Now I'm hearing shots in the distance. What if one come through the window of my baby right here? I was like, Ricardo, you stay in the hood. I'm like, what is this? What do you mean? I was like, I'm not liking this. now. He was like, we could look for other places. We could look for apartments. I was like, okay, yeah, that's what we can do. We can do that. And that's when I got the shocker. That's when it was like the wool was pulled, up from over my eyeballs. I was like, ooh, child, that man with that sign looking pretty good. The man with the sign looking better and better every day. I was like, oh my God. Mama. Mother, can we come back out? No. So at that point, I got serious about I've been playing all my life. Like, I've never, I just got serious like a couple of years ago. So I've been playing all my life. So I'm like, okay, bet. I was like, cool, let's just stay here for like 6 months. Let me get this job, run this job up, and then we gonna move. So I get the job. Good job. Paying pretty good. I'm a college graduate, I ain't have nothing else, just the bachelor's at this point. So I'm thinking, okay, cool. With my little bachelor's and my little job, like, yeah, let's go buy a house. My thing is, why the hell would Ricardo listen to me? You saw the financial decisions I was making, Pookie Pie. Like, what you went along with me? I tell him that all the time. Like, why would you go along with me? Like, don't ever do that ever again in your life. Let's go get a house.
Woo. I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to get a house.
Don't do like your mom. This is why I'm so strict with my children now. This is why I'm so crazy now as a mother. Like, I really no, y'all, I made them take financial courses. I bought them a financial literacy book. I made them open up savings accounts, high yield. They've had banking accounts. Like, no, I'm crazy when it comes to like your finances now. Like, baby, like like what? So we go out to look at houses, y'all. Let me tell y'all how stupid, like just stupid. We go out, look at houses. That's stupid. And it was just me, Ricardo, and Zaria. We see this house, nice house, y'all. 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, like, and we like, oh yeah, that's the one we want. Oh my God. Y'all see where this is headed. Y'all. Whole time, his mom and them ain't telling him nothing, and my mom and them not telling me nothing. I'm like, oh, y'all, it's generational. It's just like it's generational. Okay. My mama's been a kept woman, so what the hell could she tell me besides keep being kept? Your daddy keeping me back, okay? Honey, I don't know what to tell you. You better get took care of, Pookie. Okay, I don't know. Come home. Your daddy will take care of all of us. And will. So no shade to my mama, but she was like, the only thing that she could tell me is her lived experience. And, she wasn't, they got married back then. They wasn't getting no divorce. So it wasn't like she was, I'm finna put some money to the side and have me a little pocket, because if we ever got a divorce. No, my mom was like, no, baby, this said to death do us part. I'm gonna spend your money until death do us part, okay? So, honey, my mama just been living life to the fullest. Like, like what? So I'm like, okay, so we go and get this 6-bedroom house. Mind y'all, the only person who got any type of financial sense is my daddy. My daddy, by the way, who really got it out the mud. Like, my daddy, I always tell, I don't have past the 8th grade education. Everything I got, I learned it myself. I taught myself, got my GED, went and taught myself, got my mechanic license, went and taught myself and got all these things. But who listening to their daddy? For real. Who listens to their daddy? He should have told my mama, and then my mama should have gave me the word. I don't know, because my daddy like, now y'all don't need to get this house. You ain't gonna get that. Like, first of all, I'm like, Daddy, learn how to talk to people. He better now, but back then, my daddy was more like, don't get the house. You don't get. We're getting it. And then now at this point, but like he was always right, but his delivery used to be off. So we got the house and was happy as a lark. And then here come our families. Y'all's moved on up like the Jeffersons. I guess. A little lake in the back. A little kiddie park. You know what I'm saying? Like, real nice neighborhood, HOA. Which I hated. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. So, we over there. And then, like, all of a sudden, I was like, I don't know if I can buy a piece of bubble gum. I can't even buy a 5-cent piece of bubble gum. Like, I was like, Ricardo, I don't think the 2 jobs you got is Subway and that job over there, that group home. It's just, I don't know. I think we're poor. I don't know. We're house poor. Now I'm starting to hyperventilate, and I'm asking aunties, mamas, cousins, and they like, girl, I bought my house back in 1989. I ain't moved. I don't know what the inflation and stuff like today in the early 2000s. I don't know. My house paid off. We 30-year mortgage. We just paid off. Mm-mm. And then, you know, when you buy a house, you have to also buy a car too. You have to also buy a car. So not only did we get a house, we got a car. And we got a sport BMW 2-door with a kid. Car seat. Gotta fold the chair all the way down, put my baby in the back. It was convertible though, baby. It was convertible. Woo! Wendy, thank you. I appreciate your entire ministry, honey. I was 25 years old. Didn't care nothing about being house poor. But I'm just saying what I have. You live, you learn, right? You live, you learn. And this is what I'm teaching my children now. Because ain't no damn way. No, we're going to protect your credit. Y'all see them cars they still driving. It's the same cars I bought them Sweet 16. Baby, your little Beatles. Okay? Beat it around the corner, Pooh. So you can... Okay? But... we bought the sports car. We got the house. So we have the aesthetic. And that's it. Cut, baby. We had the aesthetic, and that is it, honey. So, you know, time went on. And Ricardo was like, well, I'm going to come work with you. I'm going to come and work at your job. And we had an opening. I mean, he was like, I'm going to try to, you know, like matriculate up in the office. All right. Cool. By a year goes by. We work at the same place. Company shuts down. I said, wait a minute, because we work at the same place and we both just lost our job. That's exactly what BMW stand for. Barely making it. We both lost our jobs at the same time. And at that point, like at this point, I'm really like frontal lobe is all the way turned up, right? We all the way turned up. We developed, right? Okay, I'm getting ready to go into my master's program at this point. I am really like we know better at this point. Like once we know better, we got to do better. Okay. So jeez, Devontae Christ. No, for real. Lost our job. So we knew it was only a matter of time before car got repossessed, we lose the house. And you know, at this point, in that middle time, in the meantime, and in between time, you know, me and my husband had to sit down and have a real life conversation, like real hard conversation. Because for one, I've never been scared to have a real hard conversation with anybody. But you know, my husband is just one of those people that he not dealing with the conflict stuff. You know, I had to tell my husband, like, first of all, I had to get my tone together, because even I was talking about my daddy and his tone at the beginning, but when me and my husband first met, just me in general, my tone was just like my daddy tone. You know, and my husband, he's not that type of person that listens to that. He walks the other way and be like, no, if we gonna talk like that, then I can't, you know. And I'm like, okay, well then I guess we just not gonna talk. So, you know, I had to fix that. And then he also had to fix that we can have hard conversations without there being any conflict. Of course, we're still in our 20s. We don't know what it's like to be married. We're trying to figure it out. And in the midst of all this is, you know, when the miscarriages and stuff started happening. So we don't even know what's going on with that. Honey, house gone, car gone, everything gone. So I look over at my baby and I'm like, we can't have her homeless. Now, you know what I'm saying? We can't have her homeless. We can be homeless, but she can't ever be homeless. Okay? Baby, I don't know. You go stay with your mama. I go stay with my mama. We can't do this. So, at that point, you know, me and my husband took some financial literacy courses, because I was like, I don't know where to start, what to do. I said, but I know that this ain't it. Like, we can't, this not it. So here we go. Homeless. No money in the bank. Car gone. Credit messed up. Shot to pieces. House gone. Car gone. Money gone. Ain't nothing. Zero. So at this point, you know, I'm going on through my master's program. And and I told my husband, I said, you went to school for finances? Sir, what we doing? You don't come over here. Why are you in mental health business? You need to go do something different, because mental health at that point and now it's just too flip-flop, you know, and now I'm vested. Okay? I'm getting the whole degree in counseling at this point. Moving on. I'm going on through and I'm gonna keep going. So I need you to go figure out what it is that you want to do. That's when he decided to go to he didn't like finances. Okay, he didn't want to do it. He didn't like doing CPA stuff. Cool. Find something else. Okay. That's when he decided that he was gonna go to the police academy, become a police officer. Okay, cool. Go do that. In the meantime, between time, you know, and one thing about my daddy, he never come back and say, I told you so. My dad he's never ever like rubbed it in your face, right? So here I go again. I'm like, Lord, call my mama and, you know, my dad. I'm like, hey, we done lost the house. We done lost the car. We are homeless, essentially, have no place to go. So my mom was like, no, you and Ricardo are homeless. bring my grandbaby here. my grandbaby got somewhere to go. Now, y'all can be homeless all y'all want to, but y'all gonna bring me my grandbaby. All right? I'm bringing her over here. And I was like, oh, okay, can I come too? Can I come too, please? So, oh, child, I said, well, okay, we got to do better. So my daddy, you know, my daddy gave me some great nuggets at that point in time. But my daddy is also the type of person who don't believe in, he's one of those cash is king type of people. And he think that the bank is taking your money. Like, he's one of those people like that don't really trust a whole lot. And then, of course, you know, he did come from a different time, you know, so while he gives good nuggets, you know, he's still like, I ain't giving my money to them people and put my money in the bank. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, well, I was like, you know what? I can't work for anybody else. I just woke up one morning. I'm still in my 20s, by the way. Woke up one morning and just decided that I can't work for anybody. People be doing some wild in their 20s, don't they? People do. Honey, we back at my mom and daddy. Woke up and they be like, Mama, Daddy, I can't work for anybody else. I need to figure out a business. Both of them. Okay, what is it that you want to do? I said, I think I want to do this. I don't know, build a highway to heaven. Something stupid. Both of them. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Well, that went on for about 5 years. My God, today. Okay, that went on about 5 years. 5 failed businesses. I probably owe my daddy $1 million, right? That my daddy invested in, and my mama was always the the secretary. Baby, they was always, yes, you could do that. Let's do it. How much, my daddy? How much this one gonna cost? Just a little small loan of like $20,000. Please. So my daddy's like, okay, now it's gonna have to work this time. And I was like, okay. It didn't work. So at that point, I was just like, maybe I'm meant to be an employee. I'm like, maybe I'm not the boss type. I'm an employee. Sorry, but I think I'm just gonna have to go to work. Oh gosh. And then, that's when I really just started to have, develop a love for therapy, develop a love for just therapy in general. Okay. Thank God for that. Thank God for that, right? So, we living with my parents, and then my daddy was like, but y'all are on a timeline. Y'all gonna have to get up out of here. Y'all gonna have to figure it out. So I was like, okay. Ricardo graduated from police academy. I graduated. We got our situation together. And we was able to move out into our apartment. Okay. And at that point, like, I had a better understanding of, spending versus money, like what I didn't want to overspending, being house poor and all those things. Got my credit back together. We worked to get our credit back together. We worked on our finances, and I was still pursuing business ventures at that point too. But the Lord said, you will open up a private practice is what I want. And I fought that for the longest time. I fought private practice forever. And that part of that was just the imposter syndrome, right? Just believing that I couldn't possibly run my own counseling agency. Like I couldn't do that. So, you know, by the grace of God, it worked out. And she ain't broke no more. And she start investing, insurance policies, IULs, high yield savings accounts. Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. Because honey, nope, never again. Never again. But sometimes you gotta go through to get through. And one of the main reasons why, you know, I like my little modular home. You know, some people call it a trailer, a double wide, you know, whatever you want to call it. I love it. Because one thing I ain't gonna be, I can look up under the couch and find some coins to rub together to pay this low mortgage. Babe, and we be everywhere. Okay, babe, we be everywhere that we want to be. And honey, I got it so set up and secure now that we gonna continue to be everywhere we want to be. And my mama and my daddy. Winnie and Derek, baby, they ain't got to worry about nothing. Okay, now they can pretend that well, we don't know. Yeah, you're coming. You're going. What you need, like Winnie and Derek ain't got to worry about nothing either. Okay, no, not Nathaniel. Because one thing, once I got it, once God gave me the good sense, but now everybody's set up. And see, that's what happened. You give it to one person in the family, and that one person can't be scared to do it. Because if you're scared to be a generational curse breaker, because some family ain't gonna like that. Some family ain't gonna like it. But one thing about my family, they never, like, we trying to figure out how we can all elevate together. Well, what you do, what I need to do, how can we do it together? Cause that's what we gonna do. He got bank accounts now. My daddy, yeah. Cause I was like, Daddy, please. My mama too. Like, what are y'all, like, we not gonna do that. Yeah, we're gonna be set up. This is what's gonna have to happen. You know, all of my children. Okay, cause no. And Ricardo pay all my bills. Still. So, and that's why Ricardo, you ain't gonna be raggedy. What you want? Gucci guilty cologne? Okay, go. You want a link? Okay, let me get you a little link chain. We got it set up so low in here. Everything's low. No car payment. The motorcycle he drive, no payment on that. All of our insurance payments are low. Mortgage, low. That my husband can pay that with his share of check. Okay? And he got the 401k. And he got the health insurance. He got the insurances. And I got him. Okay? Because, baby, we worked it out so good. Feeling like Joe. From the pit to the palace. So, honey, I'm trying to tell y'all. You struggle, you down. But you can always get back up. Nothing is ever too hard for God. You can feel like you down. Because that's how I was feeling. I was like, I got all these dang on degrees. And I ain't making not a coin. I ain't making a coin. I ain't got nothing to show for it. But the problem is, I had to change my mindset. I had to stop trying to, not even people please, but, trying to live my life so like other people looking at me like, oh yeah, because she a therapist or whatever. She got home business. She, oh, she need to be driving this shit. This is what, like, when you don't care what people think, like, I don't care what nobody think. It only matters what God thinks of me and my husband and my children. Okay? Anybody else can kick rocks. Okay? What do them people and God think about me? Because nobody else is going to pay your bills. Nobody else is coming to rescue you. Right? So, honey, I had to, and I thank God because I'm coming from a privileged place too, because everybody don't have parents that's able to just allow them endless mishaps. Because I felt like I was making one bad choice after the other, and my parents was just like, or maybe they heard from God and was like, be patient with her, because it's coming. She'll get it right eventually. So, so that's why I feel like I'm really hard on my children. That's why I feel like, I didn't want them to just go out there and mess up. Because if you have somebody that can tell you something, it's up to you to listen and take the heed, take the advice, and then put it in play. Because it's a lot of opportunities out there for money to be made. And money to be made while you're asleep, money to be made while you're up, money to be made while you're on vacation, money to be made for your future, to secure your future financially, So, I've been working since I was 14 years old. I'm about to be 44. And 3 out of the 7 days a week is all I work. And the rest of the days, I dilly-dally. I'm whimsy. Okay? I'm just gone with the wind. I'm just taking care of my kids. And, honey, I see them clients 3 days. And we out of there for the rest of the week. So I can run around for my children. So I can run around, bring that stuff to school and all that stuff that they forgot at home and all that. But one thing I will tell y'all, they ain't got nothing to do. People look at stuff like dang, she on doing cause this social media. So, man, I was doing social media living with my mom and him. If you Cyber Family OG, you saw us living with my parents. We was living with my mom and him. But people should be able to elevate. And when you elevate, people should be happy for you, and they should ask questions. Because what did you do? So I can do the same thing. Okay? Because, honey, I'm trying to tell y'all right now, it was hard out here for a pimp. And if I could just, take a little bit of that away from my children, away from them, so they won't have to experience all the hardships, then that's all I'm trying to do. Because I don't care what people say. I don't care, because I've been every gamut on the spectrum when it comes to money. And I'm not saying I'm rich, but I got some coins. I ain't saying I'm the rich, But what I'm saying is I've been on the spectrum, because baby, we done been poor. About poverty, like poor, okay? So I know what that feel like. We done been trying to make ends meet. Feed your kid. You ain't ate. Been there, done that. Going to work just for everything and everybody to take the money. You don't see it. But you get up every day and your paycheck just going right out the window. Then, you know, and then as a young person, like, you have the mindset of, oh, I'm just going to spend. You don't ever think about the future, because at 22, like, you're not really thinking about the future. You're thinking about self, and at this very moment, like, you don't really think about the future. But now, and even my husband, like, when we go out places, and he'll say, oh, dang, you don't want this? Or, you know, like, normally, well, not normally, but back in the day, oh, I'm getting 10 pair of shoes, 5 purses, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stuff, just over consuming. You know, now, you will be hard pressed for me to buy anything, especially for myself. But I'm talking about, it's got to be some type of special occasion for me to spend a coin on any. I'm like, oh, I like this. I'll put it in the cart. And by the time I reach the counter, I got boosie 2 shirts or something. I don't know. But, so back in the day when I was 14 years old, I was a candy striper. So I used to help out with a nursing home as a candy striper. And I also used to be a teacher's assistant at a daycare. So that's what I was doing. That's where I was working at 14 years old. And in some place, you know, the laws change all the time. But back in that time in North Carolina, you could be a candy striper at 14 years old. And you can be, you know, I guess it probably wasn't called a teacher's assistant, but you could be a teacher's assistant in a daycare, not somewhere in somebody's classroom. But I worked in that daycare. Shout out that daycare, because the women that worked in that daycare was really, really instrumental in a lot of things. The owner of the daycare was to me, in my opinion, as a young adult, was very financially savvy. So a lot of things, you know, even if she don't think like I was like taking that in. How she ran her business, even some of the things now that we incorporate in my mama's daycare, I learned from her. But I stayed at that daycare. I didn't do the candy striping but a year. But I stayed at that daycare until I graduated my master's program. I worked that daycare all through high school. I worked at daycare when I was on breaks from college. When I graduated college, she gave me a job. I worked at that daycare until I started, wanted to work my degree. But yeah, so that's what I was doing when I was 14 years old, working. Now, I don't know what the heck these kids be. They, honey, into so much stuff that they so burnt out to, get a job. Honey, I told Ayden, oh, Pookie Pie, July 15th, you 15 and a half. That's what everybody keep telling him. You 15 and a half, come back and apply. You finna apply, okay? You ain't gonna let it fly, you gonna apply. You gonna apply. But yeah, so. And I think, luckily, as a therapist, a lot of things that I look at, like the way that I've been able to like change my life around is because like sometimes people have financial trauma, and financial trauma can be passed down through generations, and you never understand why you can't budget, why you're living from paycheck to paycheck, why you live, and then if you go back generations, The bloodline was doing the same thing. If you start looking at grandma Nim and great grandma Nim, and and it's like, and those things have to be healed. And I see people, that say, you can go and talk to people or financial advisors and all those things. Yes, you can. I have one now. But even when I was talking to people that was able to financially advise me in a good direction, my mindset wasn't there. I didn't look at money as an investment. And then, I didn't look at money as, it's going to come back. If you're in survival mode, you're holding on to money, because at the end of the day, when is it going to circle back around? Like, I can't take those types of gambles. I can't take those types of risk. And that could be in part due to the way that you've been taught, the way that you learned through what you've seen, things that you've heard, which could be myths, by the way, because families love myths. Okay. They love making up their own stuff, and you don't know it's made up because it's just been in your family for so long. It's just how you've always done it. Just like when people put boxes of cereal on top of the refrigerator. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because you look back, grandma had it on top of the refrigerator. I don't put my cereal on top of the refrigerator. But every time I would look at family members, that's where the cereal was. So that's where I used to put it. And then it's like, I'm not putting a box of cereal on top of the refrigerator. I'm going to put it in the cabinet, whatever the case may be. I just open up the bottom of your stove, and all of your pot lids is under there. That ain't what that's for. But that's where grandma and them put it. So that's where I'm going to put it too. Look in your cabinet. You're going to have all these grocery plastic bags that you accumulate from Walmart and all these places. You don't never go through them, use them all the time. Like, you got all them bags up under your sink. Don't tie it on top of your head when it rains. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But these are things that we just seen. It's been in our family for so long. It's almost like, dang, I don't want to break the cycle. But somebody got to. Somebody got to. But at the end of the day, it's faith, and it's trial and error. And yes, it's a gamble sometimes, because you might, because you don't always know what you're doing at first, so it's going to be risky. But I promise it pays off. But the first thing I had to do is I had to look at finances in a different way. Even if I am still in survival mode, I still have to look at finances in a different way. And so, we definitely have to, they do go in the bathroom trash can. I'm saying it because I do it. Like, I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't do. Like, my pot lid is under there. Open that cabinet right there. The plastic bags go fall from under the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? So I do it. I do it. But even in that, you have to think about why. Why do we do it? Why are we really doing it? They sell bathroom trash bags. They ain't free, but I'm just saying they sell them, Yes, my daughters had jobs when they were 16. Yes, and they worked until they graduated high school. And I told them to keep the jobs. Their daddy told them to quit. Angela, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having plastic bags under your cabinet. I don't care what nobody do. I'm just saying, as a therapist, what I did, you have to look at, where did that come from? Because at this point, we're just doing what we've seen other people do. Like, you didn't think out of the blue, oh, I'm going to hold on to these Walmart plastic bags. Nothing's wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, if we're always following generational norms for what we think that our family, or we're always following things that we've become accustomed to, and, and things like that, then so at some point, I had to break down everything that I was doing in my family in order to set myself free financially. Just because my grandma did it don't mean I have to do it. Just because my mama did it don't mean I have to do it. So, but that's just the therapist in me, because you can't set yourself free until you really know yourself. Like, at one point, because one day Zaria went to college. One day she came home from school and she said, Mama, onions and mushrooms are good. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, huh? So she was like, onions and mushrooms are good. And I said, okay, what are you telling me for? Like, if you like onions and mushrooms, you like onions and mushrooms, okay. So she was like, you never let me eat onions and mushrooms. I went to Hibachi with my friends, and all of them got onions and mushrooms, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't want to be the eyeball out, so let me get the onions and mushrooms too. And I tried it, and she was like, it was really good. And I said, no, I don't think that I didn't allow you to eat onions and mushrooms. I said, but I don't like onions and mushrooms. So I didn't particularly cook it. So therefore she never developed the palate for it. And then we would go out. She never ordered onions with her stuff. She never ordered, So at that point I started, because y'all know anything that kind of triggers my brain, I talk to a trainer or something like, we got a class on this, or we got a training on this, or and I'm like, so I set all my children down after I went to this 3-month training. And I said, let me tell y'all something. You have to know who you are at the core of who you are. I don't like chocolate. I don't like chocolate ice cream. Therefore, Zaria don't eat chocolate. It's a lot of things that Zaria don't do that Carly, Ayden, and Boosie have more, like they express themselves more. Well, Ayden and Carly express themselves more through food, because while I'm talking about Boosie, I'm an extremely picky eater. While I'm talking about my baby, I'm really picky. Like, I'm picky. And so I turned Zaria into a picky eater, not intentionally, but through the things that I was doing. So she had to kind of backtrack and figure out what she liked, aside from me, because she could have went on the rest of her life and not ever tried onions and mushrooms, or never liked it, never knew that she had a liking for it because of something her mama did or didn't do. So I told them, really get to know who you are at your core and question everything that you do, because the only way that you're going to break yourself down, if you question everything that you do. Okay, well, why do I do this? Why do I eat chocolate ice cream? Do I not like it? Or is it something that my mama did or my daddy did? Why do I sleep with the kitchen light on? I'm not scared of the dark. I don't particularly want to leave it on. My light bill gonna be high, but why can't I turn that light on over the stove off at night? My mama kept her light on all night. Just different things. Even the cars that you drive. Family has a huge impact on the way that you live your life. And sometimes it's great. You don't have to change everything. But sometimes it can negatively affect you, not intentionally. Your family, I don't think that your family would, some families do. But most of the time, your families just, they mean well because they don't know anything more than that. Or nobody stepped outside the box. And so therefore, it's just a continuum of, just a continuum of things. But I told my children to question everything that they question. Start questioning everything that you do. I don't care if you sleep with socks on. Why? You drive a Cadillac. Why? You only want to go look at Cadillacs. Why? Because my daddy. Oh, the only car I trust, the only one I trust is Ford. You ain't driving a Ford, it's a piece of junk. You know how long I heard that? Honey, and it alters your decisions as an adult. And you're doing it out of just pure, like riding a bike. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you picked it up and it's almost just like saying your ABCs. It just, so you go car shopping and then all of a sudden your daddy pop up and, oh, why am I looking at this Nissan? Y'all got any Fords I can look at? And so, in order to get to your true self, you have to really, you have to break it down like that. You have to break it down like that. And my thought was, why am I overspender? Oh, I got to trace this all the way back. Oh, I see some of y'all overspenders in my family. Spend that. Why do I have why am I making poor financial decisions? You gonna trace everything back. It's nothing that you do in your life unless you have set yourself apart and really gotten to really know who you are, have gone to therapy, healed some of that trauma. You trace it right back to an aunt, uncle, mama, daddy, grandpa, grandma, cousin. Honey, I'm trying to tell you. I'm setting bad habits for my niece. My sister called me the other day. Majesty in the back seat. She said, tell your aunt what you just said. So she was like, take me to Dunkin'. I was like, take you to Dunkin'? Mike was like, we're not going to start that. I ain't get ready to spend no $8 on the coffee. I said, excuse me, that's Starbucks. It's 4 at Dunkin'. It's 4 at Dunkin'. I was like, let me just go ahead and add her a little coin to her Dunkin' account. Take her to Dunkin', get a coffee on me. But she's 6. So there's influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, there, of course, my sister was like, you are not going to Dunkin' and get no coffee. Girl, try it again when you 15. You know what I'm saying? But you just think about how the adults influence children at an early age. And now here she goes talking about she want her Dunkin'. Girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God, today. Like, no. Maggie, I'm over here. We making our own coffee at home now, Pookie Pie. My doctors done banned me, Maggie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, don't do what auntie do. We're going to have to start making our own choices. But, so how do you move forward to either stop the habits or take chances? And so after you question yourself, once you question yourself, once you break it down, you write down your list, write down the thing. I even start writing down family members' names of people that I felt was this and that, and all these things. And I was like, okay, now you have some type of clarity. As a therapist, I went to therapy so that I can get some assistance. I had to go to therapy. It was a lot of things that I had to heal from. I was in domestic violence relationships. And being in domestic violence relationships, especially when the person has control over the money, you know what I'm saying? They have the control over the money, so there's another piece to the pie, you know. And then you don't even trust yourself with money. You don't even trust yourself with it. So then after I just, you know, I went to therapy, and I'm you know, developing a plan of action, and I'm healing, and I started to think for myself. And I'm like, okay, got a financial advisor, I got a CPA. They're not cheap, you know what I'm saying? You paying them. I mean, it's almost like, okay, you know, I went to some courses are free, but then me and my husband went to a course together on financial freedom, trying to understand financial freedom. We fought to get stuff off our credit because our credit was so bad and so shot. And you know, at that point, we started thinking differently about money. My money was attached to anxiety, so I had to heal some of that anxious trauma, especially around money. Oh, I can't. If I spend it, then oh my God, like so much anxiety about just loss with money. You know what I'm saying? Like then all of that imposter stuff come back. Like I already owe my daddy. He trusted me. I didn't make it. Now like the money. Ooh, you know. And then like once all of that was out of my system and I could really think clearly, and then you have to work. It's a daily thing that you have to work on. And once I did that, I was on go. Okay. I was on go at that point, you know. I was on go. And my parents still to this day, they still the same way. Yeah, that's good. Yep, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And that's important too. Like having support. It don't even have to be your parents, just having a support system. Because I am a firm believer that there's nothing in this life that you can do on your own. We need each other. You know, like somebody got the answers. We can barter and trade. Okay, well, you got financial services. I am a therapist. You need therapy because I need financial service. Like, you know, we just have to do what we've got to do. We got to do what we got to do. What helped me heal from domestic violence? So, for me, I was a hitter too, because I was shocked the first time, like, oh, okay, are we doing that? But then the second time I was like, okay, well now we fight. Oh, you want to me. Turn me into a whole toxic person. Turning me into a person that I didn't think that I would ever be. You know, like it throws you for a loop. Like it's like, okay, now you not only in survival mode about money, now you in survival mode about who you in the house with. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part, even as a therapist, when I get victims of domestic violence, you know, it's like I understand, because people always be like, oh, I ain't got the first time. You need to lead the first time, you know. And the thing about it is sometimes it's easier said than done. And also too, like what's your mindset at the time? Is it like you think like, oh, it ain't gonna happen no more. Like, and then you become like hyper vigilant, and now it's like everything is an attack, you know. Like at this point now both of y'all swat, hit, punch, you know what I'm like, in my case. And it just got to the point where it was just so toxic that things was getting ruined. It was just, you know, and for me, my daughter has been a huge motivating factor for me. Zaria was just a huge motivating factor for me to do a whole lot of things. And, you know, I was just like, I got a daughter And she can't be looking at me in these types of situations. Like, what example am I setting for my daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't that fine. He ain't that cute. He ain't doing that much provide. He not my husband. You know, none of this. Like, peace and God be with you. Like, I'm out of here. And again, goes back to the support system, because my daddy crazy. My daddy crazy. So, you know, like, you might be cuckoo, homeboy, but Derek crazy. He's crazy too. So he don't mind being in an okay corral with nobody behind his wife, kids, family, grandkids, you know. So, you know, I'm like, okay, you know. So I remember when I left the situation for good before me and my husband met. I was, my cousin, one of my cousins, just so happened to see me. Honey, I was walking like Oprah. Because I'm like, at this point, I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing but my baby. I'm leaving up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hupping and pumping it out. And my cousin, I seen my cousin, and he was like, what? He was like, what? What's wrong, cuz? I said, oh, cuz, what's going on? He said, what's wrong with you? Because the men in my family is just, woo, sometimes. Like, dude, no. And so I'm, you know, I had told him what happened. I was angry. I was upset. And he was like, where your stuff? And I was like, he was like, no, we're going to get your stuff now. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I was like, okay. He was like, let's, like, honey, we busted back over there. And I was like, oh my God. Because I just don't have time. Somebody's going to get, he was like, let her get her stuff. I don't care nothing about what you got in your hand. Do something, you know. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay. He was like, get it. I was like, okay. I'm like, I only have 2 hands. Okay, I'm just gonna grab my baby's clothes in a plastic bag. He was like, that's all you want? I was like, yes. He was like, let's go. You ain't gonna tell my cousin what she got. I was like, okay. Let's go. I was like, okay. Went home. Went to my parents. And, you know, at that point, I was like, God, I can't. I literally laid prostrate. I cried. Eyeballs about to fall out. I was like, I never thought that I would be in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? I never imagined that I would be in a situation. And mind you, it wasn't just one relationship. It was the first time it happened. When I left, went right to another person who was doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay. And then people would always say, it's the men you attract. Baby, it don't have anything to do with attraction. Okay? Because people shouldn't be doing that, period. Like people love to blame the victim in any situation. It's always the victim. Like you're the victim is now the problem. You're the problem that he knocked your head in between the washer and dryer. Okay? Like, should have chose better. No, he should just kept his hands to himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, dang, like, okay, you know, whatever. Like, and then you don't want to say anything because A, you're embarrassed. B, you feel stupid. And then C, people are going to make you feel like you're even stupider. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, it's rarely ever instances where you have a whole bunch of support. So it's like, dang. Let me put these shades on because ain't nobody, you know. So I really just kind of laid prostrate and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna just leave it alone. I'm not going to get back into another relationship because my daughter is dependent on me at this point. Like, I'm her mother. Like, she don't have but one me. If something happened to me in a relationship, my baby is without a mama. You know, like, so I really just put her needs before my own, which moms tend to typically do anyway. And I was just like, forget it. It just is what it is. I'm just going to be single, and it just is what it is. And I let it go. I literally surrendered. I let go, let God. That night, I literally cried, I don't know, maybe 5 hours straight, just eyeballs, just puffy, just, whatever. And I went to sleep, woke up the next day, had a dream, woke up, and I just wrote everything down that I dreamed about. And I put it in a Bible. I stuck it in the Bible and I left it there. And one of the things that was written down on that paper was just a random letter R. Just a random letter R. And I saw the R in my dream, I saw the R as clear as day in my dream, and didn't even think anything of it. Wrote it down, put it in the Bible, and left it at that. Months go by. I told you I was working at that daycare. Months. And I'm thinking to myself like this. Lord, my cousin calls me. And she was like, cuz, I know you just graduated. These people are hiring. And they looking for people with bachelor's degrees or, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, cool, I'll come up there and apply. Went up there to apply, and immediately I get the job, and I'm in a supervisor position. Because in order to be in this supervisor position, you had to have a specific, bachelor, right? So I had a bachelor in psychology. I had a bachelor's degree in psychology. And this kind of propelled me into mental health, because prior to that, I thought I was going to be a teacher. I thought I was going to be working in daycare. I also have a degree in early childhood education, family and consumer science. But I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm in mental health. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, you're going to go and you're going to work with students one-on-one. You're going to help. You're going to get a team, and y'all are going to build this team, and y'all gonna help these kids stay on track. So I'm like, okay, sounds easy enough. Follow a kid around at school all day and keep them out of trouble. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing that, and then I'm in the office part of the time. I'm at this company for a year. A year. A year. Okay? We get a all memo. We get a memo in our company email that says, please don't forget about the bowling party tonight. Bring your clients. It's on the company. So I'm like, okay, typically I didn't go to company events because I just didn't go. So, but when they said bring your clients, I was like, okay, my client deserves to have some fun. She's the sweetest thing now, because she was off the chain at first. She's the sweetest thing now. So I'm going to go ahead and take her to this bowling event. I call my cousin. I'm like, hey, you coming to the bowling event? You bring your client, whatever. So my cousin's like, yeah, we can go together. Get to the bowling event, and it's empty. So I was like, is it today? I checked the email again, and it was that day, that time. And I was like, okay. What? Okay. Y'all know y'all got 30 minutes. Like, what is we doing? So I noticed over in the far corner, 2 guys and 2 clients. I didn't think that I knew either of them, and I'm never approaching anybody. Like, I'm just gonna mind my business. I look a little closer, and it's one of the guys that I know from the job. I seen this guy all the time. So I was like, oh, I know him. So I go up to the guy that I know, and I'm like, hey, is the bowling thing today, or are we tripping? So he like, yeah, the bowling thing is today, and all these things. Mind y'all, me and my cousin are besties, and we I tell her everything. So she's more like a older sister to me because I'm the oldest. So having her like an older sister to me was like, you know, wonderful for me. So I'm telling her everything about the Bible stuff, about the dream that I had, about the R, me leaving it in the Bible, all these things. So she knows the story. So anyway, the guy is like, yeah, we having it or whatever. So I was like, well, it's just y'all two. He was like, oh, you don't know my homeboy. And I was like, don't look familiar to me. He was like, you ain't never met him? And I was like, no, I ain't never met this guy. Nope, haven't. And so he was like, oh, he been at the company like 3 years. I was like, you a lie. Because I ain't never seen this dude. And I work in the office. You got to come in the office and turn your paperwork in. I ain't never seen him. And I've been here for a year. So he was like, nah, he was here before you, sis. He was here before you. And I was like, okay. Whatever. So he brings the guy over there. And he's like, he calls him by his nickname. And this was a nickname that this friend made up for him. So he say the nickname, introduce us, he say, and so I'm like, that's your name? Like, and so he was like, oh no, like my name is Ricardo. And I was like, oh, okay, well, nice to meet you, Ricardo. We at a company event. Like I work in the office. I need to know you're professional. I mean, we're professional. We're not, this ain't the street like that. So he like, I'm Ricardo. So I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. And we gone about our business. We gone about our business, right? At this point. Mind you, at this point, even after leaving in true El Stupido fashion that I was in when I was 21 years old, 22 years old, like my damn baby daddy, me and him I don't know what we was trying to do. We was trying to see if we was going to work it back out for the baby. I don't even know why we did that. We're better off as friends. I think my baby daddy was just supposed to give me Zaria. That's it. And we cool as friends. But, so we in the midst of like, yeah, we gonna do something. And so, all right. So at that point, I moseys back on over on the other side of the bowling alley. I go over there and my cousin like, girl, R? And I was like, R? What's wrong with you? I done forgot about the whole Bible situation because I ain't thought about it at all. She was like, the story you told me, R, like that guy name is Ricardo. I was like, okay. Like, I was appalled that she would even, I was like, I said, oh, no. No. That was not the R that God was talking about. Like, girl, do you see my past boyfriends and my baby daddy? Girl, they like 6'6" and 450, girl, like a big stomach. Like, hey, they black as night. Like, what do you mean? Like, who is this? Like, baby, and Ricardo was skinny like Ayden. He was Ayden height and skinny and brown skin. And I said, and with a name like Ricardo, like, no. I was like, I'll wait on Rashad. I think Rashad is coming down the pipe somewhere. Because, girl, that ain't it. So she was like, I mean, I'm just saying, we ain't ran into nobody with no R name. I think that he might be. And I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, we continue. We just go. Nobody else ever showed up, by the way. Just FYI. Nobody else from the company ever showed up. So we just went on ahead, bowled together. We're having a fun time. We on the company money. because, you know, everything was paid for, the food, everything, you know. It is what it is, you know. So we having a fun time. You know, Ricardo was cool. He was fun. His friend, who, of course, was in our wedding, who was still one of Ricardo's best friends to this day, he's overly funny, right? Like, so we was like, he's a hype person, so, you know, we was just having a really good time. And my baby daddy called me. In my phone, I had my baby daddy saved as Bay, because Zaria called him that. That's what Zaria called her daddy. She called him Bay. So, had his name. So, my phone is laying on the thing. And Ricardo like, Bay calling you. So, I'm like, oh. It's like, okay, you know. So, he was like, you ain't gonna answer the phone for Bay? I was like, I'll call him back. Because like I said, like, we, you know, me and my baby daddy, like, they always say that about baby mamas and baby daddies, like, oh, you know, we always get back to you. Like, that's the type of toxicity that we was thinking when we was 21. Like, oh, it don't matter who you go date. We gonna always come back together and be together, pookie pie. Like, lies. So anyway, I was like, I'm coming. So he was like, you can save me in your phone as Bay too. I said, absolutely not. Like, like, shoe fly, get away from me. God, y'all, when I tell y'all, Ricardo is so, like, shy to me. Like, I don't even know if he just was like, I better take my shot now. I don't know what made him even do that, because he's never done anything like that again. Like, I don't know what made him do. I don't know what made him do that or say that, but I was like, no, not interested. I'm gonna go see Bay later. I'm going to see Bay later. And he was like, you so? And I was like, I have a kid. I got a kid. I have a daughter. I'm a single mother, but also still with her baby daddy ish. And so he was like, okay. I was like, no, you toxic too, baby. You little Romeo or something about it. Nah, I don't like your body. I was like, cause I told you I got a baby. I'm in a situationship with my baby daddy, and you still like, okay. At this point, no thank ya. So I said, what I'm going to do is go on up out of this, leave this bowling alley or whatever, and we are going to end this conversation. So then I went on about my business, went on and, you know, living my life. And I don't think that I ever seen him ever still at that company. So the same friend, conveniently about 2 months later, was like his birthday or something, and he was like, I'm going to have a party, come through. I was like, okay. So he said, bring some friends. Okay, y'all don't know me. I don't have friends. But like, I literally was just focused on my baby. But I was still friends with my high school friends. Like, my friends from high school, I was still friends. So I'm like, hey girl, you want to go to this party? Whatever. So she was like, okay, cool, it's fine, whatever. So I'm like, all right. We get to the party, and Ricardo's at the party. Of course, that's his friend, Cool. I'm trying to hook my friend up with Ricardo. So I was like, girl, this is Ricardo. He works with me. He's so sweet. And I think that y'all would make such the cute couple. And so she was like, Okay. And I'm like, Ricardo, this is my friend from high school. She's single and ready to mingle, and you're single and ready to mingle. And I think that you guys will make such a lovely couple. And he was like, okay. So now mind y'all, my friend from high school is kind of introvertish too. But me and the homeboy, Ricardo's homeboy, are extroverts. So we like, and then we look over on the couch, and Ricardo and my friend like, okay, well then that's y'all's business. What is going on? So I go over there like, girl, come here. So I said, girl, what y'all like? Y'all ain't, y'all, he is so sweet. Like, y'all ain't hitting it off. And she was like, not really. What about the friend? Mind you, I didn't want the friend either. But he just cool. He got vibes, so we vibing. So I said, oh, you want a friend? Now the party is over, and now this the after party because they go outside for a walk, whatever they doing. And now it's me and Ricardo in there by our damn self. I said, this is a scheme Todd set up. This Todd been setting up schemes, not just with Candy, but with women all over the world. Okay. So I'm in there watching paint dry because Ricardo is not talking. The vibes is gone. So what he started doing? Playing the damn video game. Such the 22, 23-year-old thing to do, right? So he starts playing Guitar Hero. I can't make this up. So I'm sitting on ain't no social media at this time. Ain't no social media for you to scroll. You got that little stupid Nokia phone. What you gonna do on that little stupid Nokia? Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you just sitting there. So I'm like, where is my friend? Because I got to go. Like, what is going on? And she rolled with me. I'm like, girl, I don't want to leave you, but where is the people? Right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. So he came over there. He was like, you want to play Guitar Hero? I said, do it look like I want to play Guitar Hero? I said, no, I don't. I said, I don't play video games. I ain't never played Guitar Hero before. I don't know how to play. I didn't even know it was a such thing as a Guitar Hero. So he was like, I can teach you. I said, I got a baby daddy and a baby. I fights men. I got a nasty attitude. You seem so sweet. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got my life all the way together. He was like, it's just Guitar Hero. Okay, well, I said, but at the bowling alley, you was trying to get saved in my damn phone this bad. Now it's just Guitar Hero. I was like, okay, show me how to play this little damn Guitar Hero, whatever. So we on there. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, mind you, I've never played. So I'm getting out, I'm scratching, everything. Now I'm getting mad because I'm very competitive. I was like, you winning because you know how to play. Like, I don't like this. So he was like, we can do one player, put it on one player so I can play against the machine. I don't want to play against you. I want to play against the machine. Oh. So I'm over there and I'm, it don't matter. Next thing I know, he behind me. Sir, what are you doing? Like, sir, what are you doing? Oh, well, I'm just trying to show you, put your hands like this, and you can play. You can play like this and put your hands. Now you around my waist and showing me how to play the Guitar Hero. I said, oh, you real crazy. Like, you're real crazy. Oh, you crazy. I said, okay. All right, now we playing Guitar Hero. And I fell in love with the game. I fell in love with the game. I said, now we got to play Guitar Hero every Saturday. We got to play Guitar Hero every Saturday, Pookie, at this point, because now I like the game. And now you're going to have to buy me one and buy extra guitar like I did. I was like, I be good god dog. So, my baby had a birthday party to go to, and I was with my baby daddy because we was gonna go to the birthday party as a family. And y'all don't really know how I was back in the day, but I never cared, right? So I saved Ricardo's number in my phone because we got a date to play Guitar Hero. Okay, so the phone ring because it's Saturday. But I forgot my baby had a birthday party to go to, and me and my baby daddy was gonna pretend we was a family at his birthday party. So the phone ring, and it said Ricardo. So my baby daddy said, "Who is Richard?" And I genuinely didn't know who he was talking about, because I was like, I don't know, like, because why are you saying Richard? Like, what? I never would have, like, that did not cross my mind. He was like, somebody calling you and his name is Richard. I was like, his damn name ain't Richard. I was like, hey, I forgot my daughter has a birthday party. We're gonna have to catch up on Guitar Hero next week. Sorry. So my baby daddy was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Go call your boo, who is now his baby mama. Now she's baby mama too." I'm trying to tell you, I lived a life of just fun and just living by the seat of my pants when I was in my 20s. Just whatever. Okay. So I said, go talk to her. Cause yeah, whatever. Right. So he was like, well, you go to the birthday party. Okay, bye. Like, cool. And I guess I dropped my baby off at my mom's house and go play Guitar Hero with my new boo. So I called Ricardo back. I was like, baby daddy got mad. So, yeah, anyway. Ricardo I guess he just never cared. I said, okay, well. And he was like, God said that you was going to be my wife. And I said, God is very funny, because I'm not. I said, we just having a fun time, because I like Guitar Hero. We just having a fun time. I was like, okay. And I was like, waiting for him to be a fool. I was like, he is, a few months go by, and I'm like, this guy is crazy. Like, I thought he was one of them quiet, crazy ones. Like, the ones that's quiet just be really crazy. So I'm like, he is something. So I'm waiting on that like, gotta catch you up in something or whatever. And like 6 months go by, and I'm like, okay. And now, because I have not dealt with my trauma and my past with domestic violence and me just becoming a toxic person at this point, now I gotta start something. Just crazy. I was like, is that your phone? Did somebody text you? Was it a girl? He was like, no. Like, I was like, what are you doing? He was like, you can look. Ain't nobody text me. I was like, okay. Okay, that ain't work. I'm gonna have to do something to plan B. Like, no, you supposed to say no, it's not a girl. And I'm like, well, let me check your phone. You're like, why you gotta check my phone? Then I was gonna say, oh, so you are hiding something. And hey, well, Zaria was supposed to cook, but it don't look like nothing's rattling and rolling. So, let me see what Ayden want. I'll call you right back. Okay. Ayden, what do you want to eat? So I said, so at any rate, needless to say, it was like, it went like that for, you know, round and round for a couple of months, because I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, something ain't right, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Like, I'm going to be Velma them.
Jersey Markets.
What about?
They not far from me.
So I said, I'm gonna be Velma, and then I'm gonna get to the bottom. I'm gonna Scooby-Doo this thing. And so, I don't know what, I just pulled something out the air. And I was like, you da 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 da. And he was like, no, we not gonna do that. And then like that, like he said, we not gonna do it. I was like, oh, you wanna hit me? You wanna hit me? He's like, are you like? I said, I don't like too much like hand motion. He was like, I'm never going to do that. Like, he talks like that. Like, no, I'm never going to do that. Like, I was like, he was like, well, you're up here, and I'm like baseline. This is like, I'm never going to do.
Who?
Your daddy. And I said, well, I was like, well, now you know I'm toxic, so just go on here, break up. He was like, you're fine, and we're going to be okay. And I was like, okay, that was 20 years ago, and he's never, ever got above a 5. Like, his normal voice baseline has always been that same way. Me, on the other hand, baby, these kids, baby, don't do too much. My baseline is an 8 at all times. But don't make me mad because it's going to 30. And he never put his hands up like nothing. I said, I never knew a relationship could be like this. But we, you know, we still struggle financially. But I was willing to deal with that. I'd rather struggle financially than to be mink all the time having a like, ain't nobody got time for that. I said, Lord, look at us 20 years later. Just being the best person. And that's why I said, you can't, Barbara, this is Shirley, me. You can't, Barbara, this Shirley. Okay, Shirley, well, looks like we're going to be a throuple. Looks like we're gonna be a throuple, cause maybe I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, even that. Like, I need to hold your phone so I can record something. Password. Be like, yep, your little group chat's dry. We be talking junk about y'all. You included in mine. Don't ever look at my group chat, because you're in there like, I be in there, they be, girl, and I just be like, yeah, because, and they be like, Ricardo ain't done nothing. I was like, yeah, okay, Mr. Deeds. Yeah, okay. Ain't no Shirley came yet. So, I say, we cool. We cool. So that's been great too. It's been great. You have a husband who just is able to stay. You know, Ricardo's always been able to regulate his emotions. He's never had a problem with regulating his emotions. Me, on the other hand, especially now with perimenopause, I used to be able to like be a little bit more patient, especially because I want to be a better mother. Like I wanted to, thrive to be a better mother all the time. But going through perimenopause, I'm telling you, you be done lost your mind. Your kids be looking at you like, you cool? You all right? Like, no, you okay? And Ricardo's still like, yes, well, it's the stuff that you're doing. And I'd be like, what? No, now, you holler. You gotta holler at these kids. You gotta holler. So, honey, he don't be raising his voice at me, the kids, or not. Like, no. I think if Ricardo raised his voice, they would be shocked. Ayden laughing. When Ricardo raised his voice, like, what? You know he mean business.
Yeah, not everybody said it. It's like, when you do Ricardo, man, you know you done did something. You even know you done take them. Like, it takes a lot to get your dad mad.
Boosie, when Ricardo raised his voice at Boosie, he start crying. Oh my God, like, I'm like, boy. Now with me, he be sitting there looking like Mom, and I'm like, that's your normal, Mom. Like, what I like. Ricardo be like, nah, say, I can't breathe. Dad, you were loud to me. And I be like, and I'm loud. Now go sit down. Dad was loud to me, not you. I was like, and then I always tell my kids, like, you can't get louder than me. I promise you. Like, I will be the loudest. I'll turn into Mariah Carey. Like, baby, you not gonna out loud me, I promise you. So you might as well stay down there with your daddy. Stay down here. And when we out in public, I'm real loud on purpose. Because don't try to sneak and do something and don't want nobody to see it. You said what and did what? No, let the people around you see what you said or done. Because if you go flying, they going to call the police on me. Now, I need them to know what you did and said first for you to go. So they used to my shenanigans. So that's why I told Ricardo, I was like, now we've switched roles. I can't do it anymore. It's your turn. Tag, you're it. I need you. I gave him a play-by-play. I was like, the first time they say something, you give them a little look-see. I said, that don't work. Then you get up in their face like this and look again. Make your eyes wide. He said Jersey Mike's.
Yo.
Boosie said, what is wrong with you?
I was sitting on my ankle, now it hurts.
Ayden done fell out, laid out on the floor talking about his ankle hurting. Put some Vaseline on it.
Vaseline. It's not no cut. It's not no.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm a G. I'll take it. It's okay. It's not broken.
Child. All right, well, that's what he said. Nothing.
You say that. Let me get a body.
Her daddy said, you need to be in Jersey Mike's where you can get out and walk in. He said he don't want to take Boosie in no Jersey Mike's tonight.
Then no. Leave him in the car.
You don't care?
I ain't. Who said that?
Boosie in the background of the conversation talking about, I don't care if we go to Jersey Mike's or not. You're not going to eat no Jersey Mike's.
You go to McDonald's, I know that.
Yeah. So now you want to try your sandwich of the week at Jersey Mike's. Boosie, please. Honey, get off my line. Anyway, what? What? What you say? Oh, okay. I thought you was talking junk and I was gonna have to slap you into the middle of next week.
How?
See, they take us for a joke.
Who was they?
You included. A kid. I'll text you the orders. I'm just gonna get a salad. If not, then I'll order something. Anyway. Okay. Come on. Yeah, he laughing. See, that's not the effect that I want to give off. If I'm loud, I need you not to laugh. I need you to calm down.
Even though when you talk to me, I do be calm. I'll be calm. You know, I'll be like that. Literally, I do be like that. I'm like, Mom, like, I ain't do nothing. Like, okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay. I'll be quiet. Even though I'm a quiet, well, I've been trying lately.
No. You have an attitude.
No,
that's
I
your
have attitude when you tell me something, but I don't have attitude when you talk to me. Like Dad said, try to, like, you know, be calm with it. Like, you know, if you be calm, like it might be better. I'm like, okay, like, man, instead of me, you know, being all animated, let me just, Mom, I get it. Like, you know, I understand. Like,
no. If you say, okay, Ma, I understand what you're saying, that's calm, right? Yeah, you right. You right.
nah, I do be doing that.
You right.
That's sometimes though.
Baby, the way I teleport immediately, and I just, like, I look at my husband, and I be like, he not moving fast enough. Like, I see him moving, but I don't see him moving fast. Me? Oh, baby, I teleport. So, I be right there in 2.5 seconds. Wait, because it sounds like we got a problem. And then that's when he want to be calm.
No.
That's when he, because you want to be like, no, Mom, what I was saying was like, no, I understand what you saying. Like, no, you right for real. Like, you right. Like, you,
But
like, I get it. Like, I was understanding, like, for real what you was saying. So that's why
But I mean it though. Like, it's a difference, like, when you doing it to be disrespectful, but I'm doing it like I mean it. It's just, I'm an intimate person. Like, I do that, like, you know, like, you right. Like, I mean, y'all know how I talk. Like, y'all don't like when I say you right, because y'all think, like, oh, like, you not listening. But I'm like, no, like, you right. Like, you right. Like, I get, like, yes, man. Like, you right. Like, you right.
I be asking my kids, you want to fight? I'm still the same person, just a different age. Anybody want to fight? Do y'all want to fight? Ayden be like, Mom, why would I want to fight my mama? People fight their mama all the time.
That's people. I'm not
I
people.
say people fight their mothers all the time. Let me take off these Gucci's. Let me take these off, because what? Do we have a problem? Oh, child, my kids be like, oh, she crazy. But I be for real. Because I don't want you to ever get it twisted where you think you can come in my room and beat me up in the middle of the night and you won't get fouled.
Who would do that?
Pepper spray. Don't try it. I'm telling you right now, me and Barney Fife, both. Like, baby, don't do it. Don't do it. I think at age 10, that's when I start to get boosie. I might have to tell him early, because he already starting off on the wrong foot, not laughing. Okay, he laughing. So I think it's time for me to just go on, start asking him, you want to fight?
If he can't beat me, what makes you think you can beat, Mom? Bro, look, when you fight a parent, bro, you're not just fighting one battle game. You fighting two. Like if you fight your mother, if your father is still there, if you hit your mother while your father is at work and your father gets home and you're like, oh, Ayden hit me today, and she didn't do nothing about it, like, you know what I'm saying, and she didn't do nothing about it like during that time. Trust me, the father will do it. The father gonna touch it, yeah. But nah, I already know. Why would I hit my mom? You know, I have no reason to. Like, you took care of me. Like,
Everybody coming. Everybody, the whole
like,
family.
she gonna get the whole cousins, aunties, uncles. Like, dang, like, it's not just, you're not fighting one person, bro. You fighting the whole family. At that point, sisters coming in, bro.
Yeah. My kids know about my, like domestic violence history and all these things. I try to teach my children, like, especially, my sons, like, even my daughters, but my son's like, no, don't talk like that. Don't say things like that, because you just never know what somebody is going through. What you want, Ayden?
I'm regular number 7. It's the same thing. And I kid you not, if he don't OD on that vinegar, tell him to OD on that vinegar. Please, OD on that.
Hello. He wants a regular number 7.
Rosemary bread, extra cheese.
You stole your order from me.
No.
So I know what you...
I'm the original. Stay the original right here.
Number 7. They don't have rosemary bread tonight. You want regular bread? His mouth sitting up. He's at the counter.
Yes, I'll take the regular bread.
He said yes. Regular bread.
Like, bro, y'all need to have an extra secret
Regular
stock
number
for Ayden,
7.
bro. I'm the main customer y'all have again. Like, come on. They see
Extra
me every
cheese.
week. They just don't see me tonight. Yo.
Yes. With extra cheese.
So do they have rosemary bread now? No.
Jersey Mike's.
Come on, bro.
We're eating Jersey Mike's for dinner. We were supposed to be eating spaghetti, garlic bread, and green beans. And Zarya's like, I'll just cook it tomorrow. Okay.
Ma, what's tomorrow? What's tomorrow, the 1st? Let me know when you get up there.
Please, Yanni, please hire Ayden at Jersey Mike's. That should be his first job. They should have no problems with hiring him. That's the first application we're going to fill out. Jersey Mike's.
And as much as they see me and they don't approve that application, bro.
And he can spend the night there. Because, baby, I had to take this off now. Lord Jesus, that hurt. I had to go get a B12 shot today. B12 shot. Shout out, Mama. Hey, Miss Kim. Hey, Mama Kim, girl. I appreciate your entire ministry. Thank you. Margaret said, as soon as you start working at Jersey Mike's, then you're not going to like the food anymore.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, because, baby, when I was working at Burger King, I loved it every second of it.
Dang, man. They still ain't made it work.
Is that?
Oh, okay.
What was that?
That's your bar.
Huh.
Okay, can I get lettuce, light mustard? But they really don't be, they be really putting light, so I just ask for a little bit more.
Okay, now it's going to be OD.
Mustard.
So you don't want light mustard then. You're talking about extra a little bit more. Can you do a little bit more?
Thank you. I know that.
What's the point? Just ask for mustard.
Can I get pickles and banana peppers?
And banana peppers.
Black pepper and oregano.
Banana peppers.
Ooh.
Black pepper and oregano.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you. Girl,
Let
got
me
my arm
get heavy
sore.
vinegar.
Hold on.
Oh.
You working hard or working? Oh, wait, I forgot what I was saying. You working hard or hard to work?
Cállate. Heavy vinegar.
Heavy vinegar.
Oh, sorry. I'm concentrating because I'm trying to figure out
And
what
make
age.
sure they OD on that vinegar. Yeah, make sure they OD on that vinegar. You know how much. It's all good.
Y'all want Jersey Mike's?
What else?
Oh, that's it.
How much are
Okay. Y'all have a good and blessed night.
Okay.
Bye.
Dang.